called the Solidus and the Denarius. When the armies, when they go and conquer, they used to pay the armies in gold and silver. But when they was running short, do you know what they did? They added metals to it. Right. So what does that do to if you got gold and you got added alloys? Same thing what they do with the quantitative easing.
Yeah.
Right. So they couldn't pay for that. Same thing today. America's bridges, they were built for 50 years. They're way over 50 years now. Everything is dilapidated in that kingdom. You understand? Because they ain't got the money to reinvest because they owe the banking people. The Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys. Because did you know the Federal Reserve is an entity on its own within itself? It's not
separate to the country.
Yeah, it's separate. So who owns that bank? The Rothschilds.
The same banking families who run the whole world, isn't
Right. Do you know about the story when he sent his 5 children into Europe? Goes back to that when the Rothschild he's on his deathbed. He sent his 5 children because he said, "I care not who rules the world or owns the land.
I just want the power."
He said, "Whoever gets the money, runs the money system, will have the power." There's a go on YouTube. You can put in that.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Right?
Well, go on.
But what he did is he sent his 5 sons to all the top banking countries: England, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, or whatever. Yeah, all the 5 countries, and they took over the banking system.
When was this?
That was back in
14, 15, or
I don't think it's that far back. It might have been around 1700s. Right? They
set up coffee shops and that.
They had the Rothschild. Remember they had the Red Shield? It's
Yeah.
called the Red Shield?
Yeah, Red Shield.
Red Shield, right. That's where you get Rothschild from.
Yeah.
Red
And it's
Shield.
coming from the Star of David, isn't it?
Well, no, because when they took on the so-called Israelites, our tradition, they took everything with it.
Plagiarised.
Yeah, they took on the Star of David. When you look at the Israelis, they got the Magan David, Dawadan, yeah. They got the land, yeah. They got the land anyway. Down there, they call themselves Jewish. They got our land, right? But what you're going to find out is the Bible talks about in Revelations 2 and 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty. Right, let's just read that.
Yeah.
Show you something.
Yeah, Revelation my favourite.
Because what does Revelation mean?
Means the end of this bullshit.
No, it means to reveal.
Okay.
That's where you get the term revelation
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
You ever watch
All things shall be
Wizard of
revealed.
Oz? You know that
I've
story,
seen
Wizard
that
of Oz?
one.
You've never seen it now?
I
With
think
Dorothy
so.
and all that.
Yeah,
everything.
I've
Right,
heard
what it
all
was,
about it.
you got to realise Wizard of Oz, he was a wizard. Smoke and mirrors. He had all these things happening. Then one day, Toto, the dog, a little dog, went and he grabbed the curtain and he pulled it back, and there was this guy behind there doing all this peddling and making all this. So what it was, he got exposed, you know what I mean? The same to reveal. We're going to expose what because they told. Let's see if it lines up with this. Jesus Christ. Let's see if this, Let's see if this is what is written in the Bible, because they gave us that.
The second son of Pope Alexander,
Yeah.
the sixth of Rome.
Rodrigo Borges, we got him here. That's him there. Rodrigo?
Oh, was it Rodrigo, yeah?
Yeah, Rodrigo, he was the 6th Pope of Rome. That's his daughter, Lucrezia Borgia. He had sex with his own sister, killed his brother and brother-in-law, this man here. If you look at the worst crime family,
Yeah, the Borgias,
it's the Borgias at the top.
They had a series a couple of
Yeah,
years
it's
ago.
on Showtime.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but
Right, that's right. And what he got, because he was a pope, he said he's the Holy Father. He said, you know what? Like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci to take his son as the new Jesus Christ, the white boy as the new Jesus Christ. Yeah.
and everyone's got that in his
No,
house.
we got this now. Yeah.
I grew
And
up
some
with
people walk around with an idol on their,
Just
walking
like
around.
Roman.
It's an idol. They're walking around and thinking, you know what? When you think about it, you know that's what the Romans used to do. Do you know why they got the cross?
that. Take a piss, probably.
No, because what it is, when you X out something, that's why they used to put them on the cross. They used to X them out. X, you know they say X makes
marks
us
the
work?
spot.
Right, that's what X them out. That's why they put him on the cross, because they X'd out the real Jesus, the black one. You see what I mean?
But they were doing crucifixions anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the way they used to crucify people, by Xing them out. That's where it comes from, Xing them out. See what I mean? But a lot of people don't know all this stuff. They just, because the elite society send them to school, dumbing them out.
Yeah, people can't think like that.
Yeah, let's just read Revelations 2 and 9. Yeah, this it says here. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. Would you say them Jewish people are in tribulation and poverty? Huh? Would you say those big nose, small hat people are in poverty?
The world is given into the hands of the wicked, and he covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
You're on point, bro.
Nah, fuck these devils, man.
You're on point.
There's plenty of them around there.
You're on point. You know what? You're on point. And it says here, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Why is the real Jews rich? They're rich. They're rich in money.
Yeah.
They own everything.
But
Why are we in poverty and tribulation and we're rich? Because we're rich in spirit, and the kingdom of heaven is for us. So-called the Iberians, right, Hebrews, and us. We are Hebrews. No dogs, no blacks, no Irish. We are the Hebrews.
But this is the kingdom, isn't it?
What is the kingdom?
Would you believe in heaven?
Heavens, our heaven.
That's what I mean. Sorry.
Heaven,
yeah,
you've got three heavens. You've got the firmament where the birds fly. Then you've got outer heaven where the Most High dwells. Then you've got rulership. See, what did Malcolm X said? The white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Where the white man's in his heaven now. All these nations like Elam, he's Elamite, yeah? What country you from? Pakistan? Yeah, Pakistan, yeah? They're warriors. I like Pakistanis. I'll put Indians, spit them.
Yeah.
I like Pakistanis. They're warriors. They got some kind of principle.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You're Elam. You're from a man called Elam. There's no such thing as Pakistan. You
What
understand?
religion are you? You got any religion?
Yeah, it's Islam. Huh?
Islam, yeah.
It's Islam. It's Islam.
Islam Muhammad.
But I realise they were conquered by the Arabs as well. You see what I mean? So they took on the Arab religion. Most people have been conquered. Yeah? The Israelites have been conquered by all nations. The Bible says, what nation hasn't had their in captivity? This is why we're coming to the end of this one, this society. We're coming to the end of you know about, you're a very clever guy. Do you know about the term, because you know that the Old Testament was in Hebrew, and the New Testament was in what? Greek. Right, Greek. So when you look at John 3:16, you know John 3:16?
For he so loved the world.
Right, yeah. God so loved the world.
He
Gave his only begotten
Son,
Son, that whosoever believe in him shall have eternal life.
Right.
And all that, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. John 3:16, when it said God so loved the world, which world is it?
Yeah, he don't mean everyone.
What does it mean? Yeah, because why? What word goes in there? You've got three words in the Greek for world. Did you know that?
Cosmos.
Yeah. Eon.
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 Is it, yeah?
Yeah. Age. And oikomene. It means an inhabited earth.
What's that Greek?
Yeah, it's Greek. Yeah, because remember we said we translated from the Greek, innit? The New Testament. So you've got Greek words in there. Oikomene, you said, what did you say?
Cosmos.
Cosmos is in John 3:16. Now, what does cosmos mean?
Well, they tell us it's the world, isn't it? But in them
Cosmos
times,
goes back to the term
people.
government.
Alright.
And government means a separate organisation of people. Yeah?
Yeah.
And with the government, you've got to have someone who's ruling the government. And it says that Jesus Christ is going to be our governor. It tells you in that, I think that's 1 John 2 and 6. First one, that out of Israel shall come a governor, which will rule my people. Right? So you've got to realise that, like I said, you're a very intelligent guy. You're the only person, I've been out here for what, 14 years now?
I'll do it, yeah.
Yeah, 14 years doing this, and you're the only person that has ever answered more than 5 of the things I've gone way above my expectations.
Well, yeah, I've studied it. I've always studied Israel and Hebrew since I was a
You should
baby.
be out here with me on this side, really. You should be here reading with me. You
Yeah,
should be
man.
here, you know what I mean? I'll give you a garment. You should be here doing this reading with me.
Yeah, cussing all the desert rats and that.
No, not
I'm
even
well
that.
up for
Just
that.
not even just cussing, but just spreading the gospel. You know what I mean? All this going to be done away, but this is their power, walking around trying to knickers and
You see the whole pussy and everything.
yeah, you see the crutches and everything. This is their power though. Women are just simple, it tells you that. They just walk around doing simplicity like that because they're out of order.
And it's corrupting everyone's head,
That's
man.
you got to realise we're in a corrupt society.
Yeah.
But when you've got 2 men walking down the road, holding hands and stopping and kissing, 2 women mouth kissing in front of everybody,
And
that's
kids,
corruption.
Little kids seeing
I
it,
told you
man.
that today I come out. Did I tell you about the story about the little kid? They put a dress on him.
Yeah, fuck. But his mum probably allowed that.
No, it
His
wasn't.
mum's
No, it
probably friends with
wasn't.
the
No, it
teacher.
wasn't. It wasn't. This time it wasn't. There was a black guy as well.
Black teacher.
No, it was a black guy that went into school and saw his child in a dress.
Oh, no.
And he said, "You're lucky I don't beat your brains in." You know
Where
what
was
I
it,
mean?
in England?
No, it was in America.
America, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be here in 5 years' time.
I'll be here tomorrow. They'll have the kids. They've all, I was working in a school, and you know what they had there on the stands? And these are nothing but 6, 7-year-olds. Transgenderism, neutral gender, and all this stuff. Leaflets for the kids to read. This is a corrupt
If that
world
ain't evil, man, what is?
because the Edomites are ruling there. They're evil.
They're doing that on purpose.
Of course, because you've got to realise God created everyone, innit, yeah? And He created good and evil. And what does evil do? Evil does what evil does. He made the Edomites, yeah?
Well,
Edomite-
Esau.
Yeah, Esau. Well, let me read this. Let's finish this first. This is, I know thy tribulation and we can go into things. Have you got anywhere to go?
Nah, I'll get a beer in a minute, man.
Oh, okay. If I had money, I'll buy you one, man. But I'm broke at the moment.
You want one?
No, I don't. I got wine when I go home. It says, I know thy tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy. What does blasphemy mean?
Lies.
Right. The filthy lies. I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews. Who's saying they're Jews? There's a black man saying he's a Jew.
Nah,
There's a North American man saying he's a Jew.
Netanyahu.
Right, the so-called them man over there, yeah? He's saying that they're Jews. He's saying, I know the blasphemy, the filthy wicked lies of them which say they are Jews and are not. And it says here to say, it goes on to say, let's get free in that. Let's get free in that. Because it goes on to say this as well. This is Revelations 3:9. It says, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet. Our feet, they're gonna come. See them people there? When Christ comes, He's gonna make them come. He's gonna preserve them. Yeah, them Jewish people calling.
Pickle them.
No,
What do you
we're
mean
gonna get
preserve?
rid of them in the end. He tells you. I'm gonna read you that in a minute. But them, He's gonna make them come. All them Jewish people. He's gonna gather them from all their places. He's gonna make them come, and it says here, and worship before thy feet, to know that I have loved you. Because what they're saying is that they are the Americans, the British, they're adhering to the people. Because how did they get in that land? You know how they got in that land?
In what, Israel?
Yeah.
By fucking Britain.
The Balfour, yeah.
Palestine,
the Balfour. By
Balfour,
Britain,
yeah,
mainly
yeah.
Britain. The Balfour
Yeah.
Declaration.
Yeah.
Right? And what it was, the Jewish people said, if we could get the Americans into the Second World War, you give us that land of Israel. You give us the Holy Land. Right?
It's right after the Second World War they
And
got
that's
that
how
land.
they got the Americans in the Second World War. Then that's why Lord Balfour wrote a letter to Solomon Rothschild, one of the Rothschilds, and said, we're praising you, we thank you for getting America into the Second World War and helping us defeat the Germans, right? And now you can have that land. But prior to that, they was killing English, they was killing people, blowing people up in that land, prior to that. And all of a sudden now, these Palestinians, they're Philistines. That's who the Philistines are, really. They're not.
Yeah.
Them people are not Philistines. Philistines are black, so-called Hamitic people. Because you know about Noah had 3 sons, didn't he?
Shem, Ham and Japheth.
Right, and out of Shem come the Japanese, Chinese, so-called East Indians, the Pakistanis we saw, the Arabs, so-called Caucasians, English Caucasians, and some others. But out of the Hamites come the so-called Africans today. Mizraim, yeah, the Egyptians. Because you know, if you notice that so-called Somalians and all these guys are not like us.
Yeah.
No, Michael Jackson is not no African. Muhammad Ali is not no goddamn African. You understand? We got flavour. When you go to a party and that, right? When you play music in a party, whose music you playing? African music? Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're
but
playing.
there's good African music as well.
No, because they're Israelites.
Yeah, that's right.
You've got to remember, we've got Israelites on that continent. My wife's from Ghana. You understand?
Yeah, King's Country.
Right, so when I go there, they got their music, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's got
good.
rhythm
And
to it.
Nigeria as well.
Yeah, Nigeria.
Fela Kuti in South
Right,
Africa.
they got Igbo, Yoruba, and them.
Yeah.
They're from they're Israelites.
Yeah.
Most of those Americans you see over there, they're from Nigeria.
Yeah, I grew up in Nigeria.
Right, they're extremely clever. The Nigerian man knows how to beat the white man system. I work with them. They are very intelligent when it comes to economics.
Yeah.
because they're the tribe of Judah, they're the head tribe of Israel.
Yeah.
Because remember, Christ come from what? What tribe?
Judah.
Right, the tribe of Judah, that's the head tribe. After Reuben slept with his father's concubine, he was taken down out of the head, because he was the firstborn. The firstborn is supposed to get everything in it, of the king in it. Right? But in the spirit, God said, I'm going to give it to Judah. Because Christ is going to come out. King David come out of Judah. So it's all in the spirit. Just like, who was born first out of Esau and Jacob?
So the older one will serve the younger one.
Who come out first?
Let me think.
Let's read it. You want to read it? Let's read it.
Jacob come up. The one who come out first, and then the second one was pulling him back.
Right, let's read it.
Yeah.
Let's read it. Because let God be true and every man a liar. It's Genesis 25. Right? Genesis 25, 21. Let's start from 21. It says, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife. Right, so Isaac prayed to the Lord. That means entreated, yeah? Because she was barren. What is barren? When a woman's barren, what does that mean?
Conceive.
Right, can't conceive.
Like all the other women around there now.
Right, yeah, because they eat so much abominations, pork and shrimps and crabs and, you know what I mean? That's why they underneath some money as well. Funk some of them, you take them.
And fucking all different geezers.
Yeah, they got all
drinking fucking semen.
Yeah, they're completely out of order, man.
Yeah. Things
It's
don't
very rare
work.
to get a woman
Can't
when
even have periods anymore.
I know, so when you lay down with these women, you're just scared, innit? You've got to put on 2 condoms.
They leave all the tan on your bed.
Oh, man, it's just... And a lot of these men walking around with their children, they're not even their children, man. They've got these women sleeping with all kind of men. What I do sometimes when I'm not reading in the Bible, I go and Reddit. I watch Reddit, where it talks about all these women committing infidelity. Yeah? And what they're doing, some of them are walking around with other people's women with claiming that this is your son.
Yeah.
And you know what the courts still do? They make the man pay for that baby, what ain't he still?
Oh, yeah.
Because remember we're talking about the Queen of Heaven worship. This society is set up on, you know about Queen of Heaven? Queen of Heaven worship, it goes back to Diana. Diana was a deity, what the so-called Greeks used to worship, the Romans and the Greeks. She was the Queen of Heaven. She had like umpteen titties, you know what I mean? So she was suckling their society, that's what we say. You understand? She was the one that was feeding their society. And this society, we're in the Greco-Roman Empire now. That ain't going to be out there walking like that when the society falls apart.
No.
She's going to want to cover up.
Cover everything.
Yeah, because man is going to be lying up, you know what I mean? You understand? Man, he's got his right hand, you know what I mean?
But you know the other thing, on the thing of race, yeah, 20 years ago, white girls didn't look like that.
No.
They're trying to look like black girls. You see that?
Yeah, because what the black girls try to look like the white girls. See, walking with the hair and all that.
Yeah.
What did we say? They're turning things around.
Yeah, inverting them.
Yeah, because remember they got their tanning salons, they got their liposuction, they're getting their fucking arse implanted.
Yeah, to get Negro features.
Yeah,
whatever.
but if you go back to the old days, they used to wear a thing called the bell skirt. If you look at the Tudor, they used to have a skirt that was called the bell. Yeah, and but the posterior was more out. Do you remember the skirt?
Yeah.
Because the Tudor
Same
times,
thing.
yeah, because the Negro woman was one thing with the royalty. Like we said there, Prince, the kings and the queens. Black people.
That's a good one, you know. They done that 300, 400 years
Yeah,
ago.
they used to wear the bell skirt, but they saw their because
Copying-
the white woman required that curve, you know. And back in the day, remember the advert? It says, "My arse look big in this." Remember all that?
Yeah.
They used to say that, innit? Because now they're trying to make it derogatory to have a big arse. You know what I mean? A woman. You know what I mean? To have a big arse. But when I come home, I want some back. You understand? When I go home, I want to see some back. When I want a monkey bottom in my ass, you understand? I want back. But now they say this is my arse look because they're trying to say that the black woman's arse is what's that term mean? Not sexy.
A taboo.
Yeah, to have a big juicy black ass or a big juicy ass. Now that was a big juicy ass. They're saying that's not sexy.
Yeah.
But yet still you got women paying thousands of pounds going to a
Butt
doctor. You see how backward that is?
And like the models, the most expensive, highest paid models, they want them looking like 15-year-old boys.
Yeah. Because why? Why is that?
They're paedophile cunts.
Yes, because the Romans and the Greeks have always been known
Men for
they
pleasure.
call it pedestry or bestiality. No, not pedestry, not bestiality is when you have
That's animals.
yeah animals, yeah.
But I
Pedestry.
do call them beasts because they are fucking animals.
They are.
It's men for pleasure, women for reproduction. I think it was Caesar who
Do you
said
eat
that.
steak?
Yeah.
How do you like your steak with the blood in it?
Nah, well done.
See? Let me ask you. You see it there? They call it steak tartare.
Oh, France, yeah. 1 minute fry. it,
Over
a
here
bit-
they do it.
bit
It's
egg
not
on
just.
top.
It's not just in France. Over here they got a thing called steak tartare.
They eat it raw. Some of them eat it raw.
The steak tartare is raw. It's raw. It's raw meat.
I went into a French place about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They go to me, "How do you like your steak?" I say, "Well done." And I knew it wasn't going to come well done because I've had it before.
Right.
It come red, blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I say to them, "Is this well done?" They said, "The chef doesn't like doing well done." I paid £24 or something
Yeah,
for
and,
it.
and for what you want.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
enough.
saying? Send it back and make sure that comes well done.
They wouldn't even do that.
Or say, well, I don't want it. Get it. I don't want to leave. I don't pay for nothing. I don't want. You know what I mean? Did you pay for anything?
I did because I was with a girl, so I did pay for it. Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, no, I
Well,
got
soft over. But then again, you didn't eat it fucking with the blood.
I was in it was in Kent, and the police fucking hate me in Kent.
Right.
I've been arrested a few times by police in Kent. I don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah.
London police, I don't give a fuck about them, but Kent, you don't pay for something in Kent.
They lock you up straight away. Yeah.
Mate, you're walking out the door, you'll get done for that.
Yeah?
Yeah, they fucking hate me.
Okay, no, you're an Israelite, and that's why you're hated. Because you're an Israelite. Israelites are going to be hated.
That's beautiful.
Right?
Is that in the Bible? Star and David?
No, it's still, it is in there.
It doesn't really get
Pomegranate,
mentioned.
it does, the pomegranate. If you open up a pomegranate, it's this in here. What's God's favourite plant? A lily.
Yeah.
A lily's got 6 petals. So it all goes back to.
Where's it in the Bible, God's favourite plant? That's a good one, you know. That's probably a good thing to say. I've never heard that before.
Let me show you. Let me read this for you, and I'll show you.
Yeah.
It's always because go back to Esau. We're jumping around, but let's
Oh,
finish
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And it says,
Yeah, who was first?
right, it was conceived, and the children struggled together within her. So Jacob and Esau were fighting.
Jacob was first. Esau pulled it back.
Oh, let's see. Then it says here, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" She's blessed. Why are these children fighting?
Rebecca,
We're going to see. Why is fighting? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So she went to a prophet. That's how you speak to the Lord. And the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in thy womb. What do you mean by 2 nations being in thy womb? Out of these 2 guys, going to be 2 different nations.
Yeah.
The so-called black man and white man are the last of the nations. They're the youngest nations on the earth. The Arabs, the so-called African nations, the Chinese, they all come before. Lot's daughter come out of the Chinese, because if someone close to your family, just imagine you're having sex with your sister and you have a baby. What's the baby going to look like? Mongolism.
Prince Charles, yeah.
Mongolism, because you're too close. Your gene is too close. So that's why the Chinese and the Japanese, if you know about Lot, what happened in Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah, what happened? When they saw the city destroyed, they thought there was no more people on the earth no more. So they said, let's make our father drunk and preserve his seed. Because back in the day, women were more subservient to men. Because what does woman mean? It means female servant. Look up that word, it means female servant. Adam had what? Adam created. Then he said, I'm going to make a helpmate for you, a woman, to serve you.
Out of my rib, yeah.
Right? But that was just means out of his family line. When it says rib. He didn't actually take a rib, you know what I mean? It's out of his family line.
Yeah.
Genesis talks about when he made man, he made them, called them Adam, made them, called them Adam. Adam was from the ground. Right? That's why we got zinc, carbon and everything. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and go back into the ground. Everything that's in the earth is in us. Zinc, carbon, everything, right? Let's continue. It says here, and the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Different.
Right, what mannerisms? 2 mannerisms of people. Now, what is the mannerism of the so-called black man and the white? Would you say they've got the same mannerisms? There's a white man like little boys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Majority of them like having sex with little boys.
Yeah?
Yeah!
You reckon majority?
Yeah, the majority, yeah. In the right environment, they fucking have a piss up, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about the Irish, man. I'm talking about the French and you have a piss up and they get drunk. Next minute, you'll end up with your fucking friend to put his dick in your ass and they'll have a giggle about it. That's all fucking. You know what I mean? That's the kind of things they do, you understand?
That's
You're
his
not with
spirit,
a
innit?
carrot in your ass. You don't want to hang around with people, you know what I mean? We do stuff like that. The British, when you get drunk, you expect them to take him upstairs and you're lying down. You know what I mean? Make sure he's cool. But they would do all kind of fucking
Nasty shit,
yeah,
yeah.
all nasty, and then have a little giggle, film it, and have a little giggle, you know what I mean? That's different mannerisms. We don't do them things. This is what white people do. They got a different mannerism from. That's why they got LGBTQ. That's not a manner. That's not life. That's death. Put women on one island, put men on the island. Come back in 100 years, who would have his bones? That's why he said a man and woman come together to make life. But he would tell you, no, it's okay to carpet munch. A woman down there carpet munching, and a man sword fighting. These are different mannerisms from us. When we see that, I get upset when I see that, because I know I'm supposed to be ruling the earth, yeah? Because my ancestors done what they've done, we're at the bottom. But when I come into power, there's going to be no homosexuals or lesbians around me. They're going to get their heads chopped off.
What do you mean they done what they done? I got idols and that when Moses come back from the mountain.
Yeah, but you've got a reason. Israelites have always, not always, I won't say always, but they turn to idols. Because if you read the stories in like Kings and whatnot, we had the ultimate king, we had the ultimate power. But then we said, oh,
Statue.
no, we're talking about the living power. We had the Most High. Many a time he delivered us out of the hands, we knew we had the power. Yeah. There was a time when the nation said, don't touch this. I said, "Oh, God, don't touch it." You understand? But then it come to the point when we
Golden
said,
calf, isn't it?
no, yeah, but I'm talking about prior to that, is when we said, oh, them Moabites and them Ammonites and them Edomites, they got a king. We want a king. So we said, all right, I'll give you Saul then, King Saul. We have King Saul. Then I'll give you King David. And that's why we had kings after that, because prior to that, we didn't have none of that. We had, you know what they call a theocracy? It's a rulership of a god, of a single god. That's where you get theos from, like theatre, you know what I mean? That's where, because this is God's play we're living out. You understand?
And Charles Shakespeare said the world is a stage and we're all actors.
Right,
isn't it?
right, and that's exactly true, because William Shakespeare was a so-called black man, and he read the Bible. These guys, these guys knew about the Bible, but what it is, just like today, you've got people that know the Bible, but they still incorporate themselves into society.
And religion and that.
Yeah, religion goes back to a Greek word, religio.
Religio,
Yeah,
yeah.
it means to
Hold
hold down,
back.
keep
Yeah.
back and
Yeah, I
restrain,
remember that.
right? From what? The truth.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So
Yeah,
all these
evil-
things,
evil shit, man.
yeah, but you got to realise that's why the light, you should be here with me, bro. That's why the light has got to be spread. You don't get a candle, you don't put a candle underneath the table, you put a candle at the top so the light gets spread. And this is the light. Because we're in darkness now. Isaiah 60 says that gross darkness has covered the earth. Why? Because the Edomites are in power. The Bible talks about hegemony in the last days, in the eschaton. Eschatology means in the last days that there's going to be a ruling people called the Edomites.
Edomite.
Edomites. Because we're reading about it now, Esau, yeah?
Yeah.
And it says here,
Red.
it says here, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus with her prophet? And the Lord said to her, 2 nations in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated. Right? Because these were not identical twins, they were paternal. They came out of the same patch, the same woman's patch, yeah?
Yeah.
And it said here, and one people shall be stronger than the other people. Now which people are stronger? Muhammad Ali, put Mike Tyson in the ring with Joe
Usain Bolt.
Bogner and all that, Usain Bolt. Just look at, even our women, just look at the 100-metre sprint.
Burnley United.
Yeah, what white women see they're running with them, 100 metres?
There's been a couple, but
There's been a couple.
no gold.
Yeah, but there's been there might be Israelites, because only Israelites can live with Israelites. Do you understand? You know what I'm saying now, innit? Yeah? Because we are the salt of the earth. That's what he calls us, the salt of the earth. Because we bring flavour. Every what we do, we bring flavour. Can you just imagine now I'm watching basketball with just white people playing? You know, back in the day, did you see it wearing their tight shorts?
Larry Bird and that.
No, Larry Bird is a Jake. He's Irish.
yeah?
Larry
Yeah.
Jake, yeah. He's
like hillbilly, isn't he?
he's Irish. He's our people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Larry Bird, that's why he was on
Well,
point.
if anything, because it used to be Larry Bird with Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson's a faggot.
Yeah, well, remember, when anything you see in this society, see like you got all Will Smith, all these guys, they have to, in order to get sort of wealthy, you have to do certain rituals. And one of them is homosexuality.
Like the secret societies.
Martin Luther King was a well-known homosexual.
You reckon?
Yes, he was. He used to come to England to have sex with little boys. Anywhere in the society, remember, this world has been taken over by Satan. Anton LaVey and what's his name? Alistair Crowley. Yeah.
Do as thou
Do
wilt.
what thou wilt. Yeah. This is what they preach in this world. Do what you feel, because there is no order, and God loves order. That's why He gives laws.
Yeah.
And if you break those laws, there is judgment.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why the white man, because he wasn't given the laws, but remember Esau and Jacob, we're reading about it here, and it says here, one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Now let's see who'll come out first. So the elder one, what comes out first, is going to serve the younger in the end of time. Yeah? That's when Christ comes back and conquers, yeah? And it says, and when her days, and it says, and when her days to be delivered, when she's going to give birth, were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red. So the first
Edom.
one, Edom. Edom goes back to other one, what means red. You understand? That's where you get the term Hebrew
Cheese.
from. Huh?
Like Edom cheese, they have Edam cheese.
This
That's
is-
the red thing.
Red thing on the finger, yeah. Edom, yeah. But Edom is different from Edom. Edom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
E-D-O-M.
like Adam, they say he's different. Adam is different from Edom.
Edom, yeah,
But
yeah.
people get mixed up. Adam means from the ground. Edom means red. Because Edom comes from a good Hebrew word. Like when like Esau, when Isaac saw him, he said, "I shashwa." That means wasted away is he, because what it was, these pigment.
With red and hairy like a garment.
Yeah, remember the Hermes work. They used to carry it out and put it over the tabernacle.
Say again?
You know, like you know about the tabernacle, what we used to have, when we used to have
Yeah.
all the menorah and everything
Yeah.
set up. They had a red sheet over it. It was dyed by the I think it's called the Hermes worm or the Hermes worm. Well, it's like when you squeeze it, red comes out. So we used to dye it.
Okay.
That's why it said he was red like a garment, like a hairy garment, because we used to dye that garment, that hairy, and put it over the tabernacle. You understand? With the Hermes worm. Yeah. And it says here. In a womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Ron Jeremy.
You remember John Jeremy?
Well,
Yeah, I'm going to porn, innit? We'll watch. Come on, don't act like we don't know. We all
Yeah.
watch a bit of porn.
I don't think I've ever seen a porno with him, but I always hear the name.
Yeah, Ron Jeremy, yeah? Yeah, he was a fake, he's not like he's
Yeah, all them porn stars,
yeah.
Yeah.
But when men, you know, they do all this porn. When you fucking end it, you know, of course, you've got to get rid of that. You know what I mean?
But imagination's still better.
Yeah, you're true. You crack one out, innit? You know, 5 minutes to go back to what you're doing, innit?
And then feel fine again. Oh, yeah.
See what I mean?
Caveman.
Yeah, okay. You know the term called